Okay, so on day one, your list of things to eliminate or reduce is pretty long. So we're going to talk through it a little bit, and this will probably be my longest winded video of the series. We'll see, because I like to get wordy. So first and foremost, we're trying to reduce the burden on the liver. And that's the reason that these things are the first to go, right? It's also the reason this list is so long. So we're talking about additives, right? Things that were created in a lab that have that lovely crinkly paper on it, or you can't pronounce the ingredients on the label. That's got to go first. Other things on the list, like alcohol, are pretty self-explanatory, right? We know it has to be processed through the liver, and it's challenging on the body. It's just not that helpful of a behavior on the regular. So we're going to give the liver a break as we speed up healthy processes with the ultra clear shake a doodad if you're doing that. Then soda, right? We all know high fructose corn syrup skips rate limiting steps in the body. So we actually get overfed, but we feel underfed. It's a whole negative feedback loop. We have lots of ideas for you to overcome. If you've got soda addiction or things like that, just let us know. We've got resources like gajillions of them. So those ones are not too confusing. The other ones on the list, you may be like, well, wait a second, why am I wheat? Why is that a thing? Why are we anti-gluten? Well, we're not anti-gluten, but Roundup Ready wheat, dwarf wheat that's in the US, the majority of the stuff you're gonna find has got lots more gluten contained in those little grains than typical wheat around the world, and celiac disease and other gluten sensitivities are actually increasing significantly in our country. And part of that is because gluten creates zonulin in the gut. I know that sounds like a made-up word, but it's not. Which breaks down the barrier function in the gut and actually causes inflammation and all these other concerns. So if we can give the body a break for a minute, it's really going to aid our benefit in the whole detox process. It's going to enhance our benefit in the detox process. So it's just a good idea to do. I will post more nerdy research links or things like that below if you'd like more info on the why are we not doing the gluten thing. Seafood absolutely has a place in a healthy, well-rounded diet, and it tastes delicious. If you're on the coast like us, the Pacific Northwest, you have decent access to some potentially good sourced seafood. The concern comes when, for the rest of the middle parts of the US, but also in the fact that seafood is typically higher in histamine, right? And as we're going through this whole process, we're trying to get the liver to go on overdrive, draw things out from other systems, reduce our acne, our hormone imbalance, our headaches, our buildup from cancer treatments, or whatever else it is. We want to create as much space for it to dig into the memory archives to detox from those things and not deal with things that we're adding in, right? Which it can do, and it does do. So we keep in the salmon, maybe even some white fish like mahi-mahi if you're just dying with the protein options that are available and you can't make it. But for now, we're going to give the seafood a break. Pork products, probably not a huge surprise to you there. I don't think pork is the worst thing you could ever eat, but we're going to focus on apple sausages and things like that, and just give the pork as a protein a break. It also makes us rely more on plant-based proteins. I think that's all of them. Drugs and smoking, right? If you are a smoker, that's not going to be a thing that you just quit cold turkey, right? So our goal here is to be pushing these systems, is be intentional about making some shifts and changes. The coffee is a big one. Caffeine addicts, whether it's energy drinks or coffee, quitting that cold turkey is probably not going to feel fabulous, especially if you've been depending on it for your survival, for getting through each day. So we want you to ease off of it. And if not having a cup of coffee in the morning is a deal breaker and you can't get behind everything else in the detox course and adhere to all the other pieces because you're like, well, I can't do that, so I'm not going to do any of it. All or none, scrap it, right? Then we say do a little bit of a dirty detox, right? Have a cup of coffee in the morning. Skip the nasty creamer and all of the stuff that I love, right? I'm not judging people who like creamer because it's amazing. But give yourself the I'm going to do this a B student version, right? I'm going to halfway commit to this. Kick out the afternoon caffeine, do the things that you can. I think you can do it. It's not easy. Maybe switch to half caff for a while, maybe ease off. One of the biggest things we hear from people that do this is that their dependence on caffeine for energy and their dependence on alcohol or sugar for managing stress or relaxation or feeling happy is dramatically decreased, which is amazing, right? That we can actually, our bodies can adapt in a short period of time to not needing those crutches or those aids quite so much to navigate our lives. And that's a really good feeling. So do the very best you can and realize that you can do this again in 3 months or 6 months if you need another, like, okay, we're doing this layer this time and now we're headed to this level. So give yourself grace, but do try, commit. Let's see what you can do. And then comment in the groups anywhere you want to, or message us directly if you have questions, or just to let us know how things are going. Okay, have a great day, day one.